Your 100% cotton shirt has polyester in it, and I would argue that most of your closet does, even if the label doesn't say it. It's one of fashion's best kept secrets. Let me explain why. While I was in India looking for manufacturers, I learned that regardless of the composition label, there is going to be polyester in your clothing. But which part? The thread. The thread that you use to stitch together a garment is almost always polyester. At first, I assumed it was an India-specific thing because it's a price-sensitive market and polyester is a cheaper, more accessible material, but I was completely wrong. When I asked manufacturers, they simply said polyester is technically superior to cotton when it comes to thread. It washes better, doesn't shrink, doesn't fade, doesn't tear or snag when used on industrial machines. And it turns out this is true for the rest of the world too. Since the late 1960s, we've been using polyester thread as our go-to for 99% of ready-to-wear garments. Because of polyester thread, we've become normalized to things not tearing. We would never purchase something if we knew the seam was going to rip. And that's how the last few generations of consumers think as well, when polyester was the norm. We now associate seams tearing with poor quality instead of something that's expected to be repaired. But you should be able to tell if it's polyester, right? Well, no. Now companies are using something called a polycore thread, which is essentially a cotton-wrapped polyester thread to give it the look and feel of a natural fiber with the strength of a synthetic. And if you're wondering why it's not on the composition label, well, it's simple. The composition label is based on weight, and polyester thread rings in at less than 1% of the total composition, meaning it doesn't need to be reported and never makes it onto the label. When I learned this, I was actually astounded because so many companies claim natural materials, but they're actually using synthetics in there somewhere. And no one talks about it. But does all of this actually matter? Well, that's up to you. What do you value more? Longevity in construction or biodegradability? Do you value 100% naturalness or plastics not touching your skin? These are the same questions we're toiling with as we create our line as well.